Hey guys, what's up? Gamer Joe Coffee here. Today I'm here to share with you a little trick I've been using in my streams recently. You may have seen it. There is a fast watering can and a fast axe bug that you can kind of utilize for yourself. If you've seen or if you have a lot of flow trees on your property, I've got enough to cover the back to the front. You might need this trick to water your trees really quickly. Okay guys, so today we're covering both of the bugs that I've seen recently. I wasn't aware of these until recently, but I have seen people using them. I just wasn't sure what they were. And so in that case, you guys might not be aware of what they are. There is a bug with the watering can and the axe. I'm sure it works with the other tools, but there's not as much of a necessary use for them. On your property, if you have, like me, you have a ton of flow seeds, it takes forever to water all those flow trees. I have enough seeds to cover the front to the back of my property, one per square, and it's insane. There's so many of them, it takes forever to water. Also, there's a little trick that you can use with the axe to charge those flow trees up so that they become more XP for people who chop them down. I've seen this done in some flow tree parties where people will show up and they have some charged trees. You can get like 2,000 experience in one chop down, and it is nuts. So I'm going to kind of cover both of those real quick and how to do them and what you're looking for. Yeah, we'll dive straight into it. Okay guys, so first things first, I'm going to cover the watering can because as you can see here, I have a row of flow tree seeds covering the front to the back. I'm missing two back here, but that's because these two weren't fully grown yet, so I don't have the seeds for them. But we're going to cover this trick real quick so I can show you how to use it for your watering can, which is to me my primary use. That's my primary use. Now this is going to cost you a little bit because you're going to waste a little bit of materials, but for me it's worth it. First things first, let's make sure our watering can is full. You're going to need some kind of cooking station and some kind of chopping prep station. So my one that I've been using is this stove here. I've been cooking the hot hounds. There might be better options, but I've been cooking the hot hounds because it's going to cost you one cooking oil and one of these three. Now I've been using like starred veggies or starred meats because I got tons of them, but right now I've got an extra elder clam mushroom meat and I don't keep the regular ones, so I might as well use it first. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cook it normally. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to start this recipe and then you're going to go over to your chopping station and you're going to spam your button to do your tool wheel and the button to do the interact, which for me, I'm on a PC. It's F to interact. I think it's like X or whatever on Switch. And then you're going to spam your key to open your tool wheel. For me, that's R. For the Switch, I believe it's your trigger. I'm not sure on the other consoles. I'm fairly certain this works on the other consoles, but I'm not positive. I would recommend you give it a try yourself and see. It might not work the first couple times. It does take a little, figure in to get it to work for you. But once you kind of figure out the pattern, it seems to work. So real quick, we're going to dive right into this. I'm going to go ahead and make this recipe. And now we're not concerned about this because I just need one of the beginning and one of the required chopping materials. So what we're going to do is we're going to start it, and then we're going to hop over here and chop our meat. And like I said, I'm going to do the elder clam meat. And so once you start the chopping, you're just going to spam your interact key to get out of it, and then your tool wheel key. So just spam both of those. And you should kind of see yourself go back and forth between the watering can and the interact. Just kind of do that for a minute. Let it go, let it go, let it go. I usually find a timer on the clock for the cooking recipe that I'm going to target. So for me, I'm going to target 1 minute. When this hits 1 minute on the timer for the recipe, I'm just going to stop and then test and see if I did it right. Okay, so we're going to stop and we're going to go over here and we're going to hold the watering can and see if it instant waters. Boom, perfect, it worked. So now all I have to do is hold the button down and walk. And it's like instant watering all my trees, which is crazy because if you've done this before, you know it takes a minute to water those trees. Now you're going to still run out of water really quickly, but the cool thing is this trick stays on your tool until you change servers or you leave the plot. It even stays active if you change your plot to a different one. So if I go into my overhead menu and change to a different plot here, it still works. But if you leave your plot or you go to a different server is when it breaks it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and refill my watering can and finish watering these real quick. And then it's basically the same concept for the charging the flow trees, but I'll go ahead and show that as well. And you can see refill my watering can and it still works. Now my recipe ruined, but that doesn't matter because my tool is what's currently active. So I'm just going to continue doing that and boom, done. Now I don't know if it does. So it breaks my fishing rod too. So it might also go ahead and activate the flow tree. If that's the case, these over here I just freshly finished. So what you should be able to do is change to your axe. You should be able to do the same system with the axe or the watering can. And once you have this little glitch active, if you go over here and you chop this, it should chop weird. Nope, that did not work. Hold on. Nope, it's still okay. I take that back. Good thing I tested. You still have to do it with your watering can, but we are currently bugged. So we can't do it right now. We have to swap. I'm going to go ahead and join this person's server, and that should clear out the watering can issue. And then we'll do the same thing with our axe. So make sure you do it individually. Now the axe trick. So what the axe does is it makes your axe chop multiple times in one go. And that could, if you leave your axe at the full exquisite axe or whatever it is right now. Yeah, exquisite axe. You could possibly break the flow trees. Now, if you downgrade it to a fine axe, you're guaranteed not to accidentally break the flow trees. So most people downgrade to a fine axe before they try this. But you can sometimes use the exquisite axe. You just you stand a risk of chopping down the whole tree by yourself. And that, I mean, that works if that's your goal, but you might be careful if you're trying to charge these. So I'm not too worried about charging these right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and restart my hot hounds. I don't have red meat over here, so I'm going to go ahead and go to star quality just so I can use my star quality meat. Let's go over here. I'm going to do onions. No, I got plenty of meat. Why not? I'll go with Mujin meat. There we go. Okay, we're going to cancel this. I'm going to change to my axe, and then we're going to do the same trick. We're going to spam our axe and our interact key, axe interact, which is, if you're on the Switch, I believe is trigger X, and you're just going to do that. Make sure it goes back and forth between the two a little bit. Like you should be opening that every so often, opening your tool wheel every so often. Just like that. Just back and forth. And do that for a little bit. We got about 3 seconds left on the timer until it's 1 minute. I'm going to let it do its thing. Okay, now let's see if this works. So now this should make me have a super axe, which means this should chop multiple times. If you go to chop, you see how it did that stutter glitch? That's the key that knows that it's worked. I don't know if it's fully charged, like my axe is fully bugged like it should be, but it's definitely bugged a little bit. So let's try this. Now you see I almost chopped it down with one hit. One hit almost killed it. So why is this useful? The charging flow trees, what you do is if people recommend the fine axe because it's easy to memorize, but basically what you do, if you could downgrade to the fine axe, you chop your axe all the way. You just keep chopping the same tree until it's almost fully, like you let it charge back up just like that. And you just keep doing that. Oops, I accidentally chopped it down, but that's okay. So you're going to do that, let it charge all the way back up, hit it again, and you're going to continue to do that until your axe is almost broken. You want your axe to be almost fully broken, and then you're going to repair your axe, and you're going to come back and do this again. Now, you can do this over and over again, until your axe is almost broken a second time. When that happens, your tree should be mostly fully charged. Now, I think you can go over or under that, but that is basically the rule of thumb that people use, is 2 full charges of a fine axe is the rule that they use. That should net you 2,000 foraging XP for anyone chopping this down. So what you could do is spend your time doing this, charging this tree up fully until it's fully charged, and then invite a bunch of friends over, have a chopping down party, and then everybody that touches this tree will get 2,000 XP, which will, you know, level you so quickly. Plus, I mean, see, I accidentally did it. This is why people, see, look at how much XP I just got. Holy cow, that was insane. Anyway, and I barely did it. But people mostly do this because it's good for parties. You can also make good money with it from the extra wood left over, as well as you can boost through your foraging levels like crazy and get those metals, and you can actually turn those metals in for money as well. That's another video I want to work on, is a way to make money using those guild metals. But this is kind of a cool little trick. I wanted to cover this real quick. If you've been on my streams or whatever, you know that my dad's been in the hospital. He is home now, but we are trying to get him set up and everything, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to record, unfortunately. So this is the kind of the video that I'm making to help you guys learn how to do these little tricks if you want to do them. I should be working on the metal, making money with your guild metals or whatever, your skill metals. I should be working on that one for next week, hopefully. But we also may see a patch next week. There is some rumors that next Tuesday's our patch. We should know more Thursday or Friday. We should see a trailer drop at some point. But we may be seeing a patch soon. So make sure you go check out your Magi Market if you haven't done it, your Lunar New Year. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helped you guys. If you guys had seen this and you were curious how to get it working, that's kind of the general basics of how it works. Yeah, it kind of is iffy sometimes. I had trouble with it a little at first, but I did get it working eventually. I'm not sure if this is just PC, but I have heard it works on other consoles potentially. Don't take that as, you know, 100%. Test it for yourself and find out. But yeah, hopefully this helped, and if it did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and drop me any comments if you have any questions or any other tricks that you know that I may not be aware of, and I can share those with everybody. Other than that, yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day and an even better cup of coffee. See you guys next time. And that's it for today, you guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Quick joke, though. Why did the espresso keep checking his watch? Because he was pressed for time. Seriously, though. See you guys next time. Have a great day and an amazing cup of coffee. Thank you to all my YouTube members for your amazing support. It truly means the world and helps us keep this channel going. I really do appreciate it.